Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video. Now today, we got another video for y'all, man. Another reaction, of course. And we'll go ahead and jump into this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's check it out.
Before, like everything?
Like that. I don't know. On game. All I know, don't about Troy or rest in peace. Duck.
No, that was the most fed shit. Like, bro, niggas. But it be people who aren't even involved in what went on that be talking too much.
This man 200 times, no over exaggeration, 200 times, like for 2 years straight. He lost his job, his wife divorced him.
You talking about, yeah, y'all look like brother and sister. No, I'm gonna find out she my cousin.
One rapper confessed to having over 10 bodies in his interview, and another rapper admitted to scamming a man for over $100,000. These are rappers' most disturbing confessions in interviews of all time. First, we gotta start with Von off 1700, because Von's a rapper that's been going crazy lately in the Chicago rap scene, and many know he's one to self-snitch in his lyrics, because back in mid-2023, a guy named Anton Benoit was pumping gas at a gas station. 3 shooters pulled up and started letting off shots. Anton got hit, and the guys that slid on him popped back in their whip and sped off. Anton was rushed to the hospital, but by the time he got there, it was already too late. Nobody was ever booked for the hit, but many rap fans believe that Von was allegedly on the drill after the surveillance footage went viral. And to make things worse, when Von was on the No Jumper podcast, he let Adam 22 know that he and his gang were really out here smoking the ops, and that if one of their ops turned up dead, they should be looking at them.
They're people who are from similar environments, and they always want to like try to find a way to put an end to the murder and everything. But then when I talk to the younger dudes, a lot of times
they lying, talking about some incriminating themselves on interviews. Look, for we is killing the ops, for I don't get no. We is killing they ass. So tell them we is killing them, for that's what we doing to the ops. For when they die, look at us.
And soon after the incident, he dropped 2 songs.
I love that part. As ignorant as it is, bro, that nigga said when they die, look at us. Like, that shit is crazy.
Songs in which he rapped. When I chased him down, I got up close. I asked, "Brother, where's you going?" Beat up his ride, left this all on the side. His head was honking the horn. We killed that on camera. And it gets deeper, because the first shooter that hopped out of the whip happened to have on the same jeans, mask, and hoodie fit that Von had posted on his IG. The shooter's whip was a Durango, and Von even mentioned something about not using them anymore in his interview.
And the cars we be stealing, this some of the cars I don't even get in no more. Like RT Durangos, I don't get in them cars no more.
Von has been arrested for stealing cars before, and most of the time, when gangs slide on their ops, they use stolen whips, so it can't be traced back to them. In the interview, Adam 22 even tried giving Von the chance to clear his name, but Von doubled down on his claims, letting him know, yes, it's him getting the ops smacked.
You're not saying that you personally want to be involved in anything like this, right?
We team, whatever you want to call it, we is killing I don't have to talk about these interviews. If an interview gonna get me locked up, let me know now, cause I'm going to trial as soon as they say, yeah, we got this evidence from this interview.
And there's no real evidence that Von was the one who stole the car, or that he was involved in the shooting. But many fans think it's crazy how he talked about the exact same type of whip when he went on No Jumper. But that wasn't the only time Von off 1700 confessed about something he did, because in the same interview, he talked about how he peed on one of his ops when he was in jail, and it's pretty disturbing.
A big fan of that until a motherfucker play with me. I ain't never I pissed him down before, pissed in the milk carton and threw it through their chuck on it. But look, he was playing with me like I was a gang, like he was a real. Now I ain't gonna lie, the whole time I was in jail, everybody was with me.
Now, let's move on to Kodak Black, because he was on an episode of Off the Record with DJ Academics. Academics was asking Kodak about his rehab journey and his affiliation with other rappers. And that's when the topic of Kodak's battle with addictions came up, and Kodak confessed about the time he was on meth really bad to Academics.
But me and Stevie, like, we were eating ice back then, boy. You know what I'm saying? We on ice back then, wide open, fried out here. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like ice, like
regular ice.
Melt. Cause you know, popping mileage and that, but it ain't like a base or none of that. I'm in the saying.
Academics look uncomfortable. He's like, nigga, meth?
You know what I'm saying? Real good. I'm saying, yeah, time.
And that wasn't the only time the topic of his meth addiction came up, because he also spoke about it on his IG back in late 2023. And now he's grateful that the feds caught on to his drug addiction, or he'd probably be dead by now.
I done told y'all with them. I done told y'all for told me later. I ain't around. You know, they say just speak to y'all, man. You be on in right now. First off, died that or have been dead by now.
I just wonder, bro, like, you could make it to the top of doing whatever you doing. Like, Kodak is one of them names, like a big draw. How you doing math, Brody? Like, what's going on for real? Like, what you going through? What's like? If y'all know that song "Stressed Out" by Kodak, that really made you look at him like, all right, bro. Like, he's speaking that real shit. Like, stressed out, going through the rain, stressed out, hoping, praying it don't be in vain. He said something like that's the whole song. I fuck with that song though. But as far as like meth and shit, homie, nah, you gotta clean that shit up, bro. Like that's that hard shit. I'd rather a nigga pop Molly.
But that wasn't the only time the topic of his addictions came up in an interview. Because he was also on an interview with No Jumper, where he talked about that time in his past when he was on 100 perks a day.
It's like a lot.
That's impossible.
You was exaggerating when you said 100 perks, or you was for real like on 100 perks a day? How you weave off of it? How you?
Tell you, homie.
And thankfully, really it seems like Kodak's been doing better lately since he gave fans an update saying that he's sober now for the most part back in July. Now, let's move on to FYBJ Man, because he also had an alarming confession on Say Cheese. Word on the street was that one night, a rapper from Chicago named Tay Savage and his homie Welch were walking down the street late at night when a car pulled up and let off several shots, hitting both of them. Both were rushed to the hospital, but only one of them would make it. Unfortunately, Welch succumbed to his injuries, but Tay pulled through. When Tay eventually got the low on who was behind the hit, he made sure to get back right on the driver and shooter, who went by the names Sess and Neef. And Tay would go on to beat the case after charges were pressed against him. After the killing, many suspected Tay Savage, since it makes sense that he want revenge for his dead homie. But Sess's daughter, Blazing Doll, who's also a rapper, thought otherwise. It seems like Tay Savage might have had Doll fooled, but according to FYBJ Man, Tay isn't fooling him. And he confessed that rapper Tay Savage must have killed Sess's killer, because Tay had also shot at him too.
Y'all call him Tay Savage.
I call him John Wick.
I call him John Wick. Let's start there. The situation with him allegedly killing Blazing Doll mama, I know he killed that girl mama. He shot at me, it hit different. You talking about?
But it makes you think though. Like, I know J Man, he was a drill rapper. And he was really saying this, that, and the third. But for all these people to really be like, man, I like shooting at you and doing this, that, and the third, bruh, you gotta be doing something. But you never hear people saying, yeah, J Man did this, J Man did that. He was just around and rapping and shit.
Consider snitching or nah?
Yes, this is snitching, yes. But it hit different on how you snitch. He came out with the story first, bro. He just did a whole 16-shot interview. So you ask him, I snitching? Hell no, I ain't snitching. He already said that. He already said all this information that I'm saying right now. It's already out. He done went to court for beat the bodies and everything. It hit different. That's why they felt like it was okay to go on 16 and release this story, bro. Do your homework.
But the video only gets crazier because Casher Quan also made a pretty disturbing confession on one of his interviews. Quan is a scam rapper that popped off in 2019 for his dynamic duo collab with TJX6. He was on an interview where we talked about his rough come-up in music career. When halfway through the interview, he brought up the topic of scamming, and that one time he had scammed a doctor every week for 2 years straight and completely ruined the dude's whole life.
I scammed this man 200 times, no over exaggeration. 200 times, like for 2 years straight. He lost his job. His wife divorced him. Like, bro, this real, bro. Like, really real. This man lost his wife. He tried to slit he went to the hospital and sent me a picture of him trying to slice his arm, bro, because I'm taking all his cash, bro. I'm telling him I work for the IRS. You done sent me $20,000 already. The IRS is investigating this. I got his social, so every time I block him for 2 weeks. Soon as he get paid, I'll call him. Like, the IRS just called me and they said it's $2,500 in your bank account. Leave work right now and send me that, or they finna you up. This man is working at the hospital, Sean, cutting people heart open. A doctor, a real doctor, making $2,500 a week. He's like, bro, I'm in the middle of surgery. Like, leaving work to go MoneyGram me his whole paycheck, bro.
And that ain't the only time Quan admitted to scamming someone.
Nigga, you went to you're a doctor, you a heart surgeon, whatever you doing. You cannot be this stupid, bro. Oh my God. Niggas will do anything, bro.
Because on another interview with Say Cheese, he had admitted to scamming his fans when he was on the come up.
That 3 weeks ago, a lot of people said that. A lot of people blamed him falling off on him scamming his fans.
Yeah, I used to do that too, but I stopped. I don't do that no more. I stopped doing it 3 years ago.
Say Cheese didn't quite understand how it'd be possible to scam their fan, seeing as TJ and Casher weren't big enough to stage concerts or charge for their records. So Casher had to give him the method on how he did it.
Wait. Explain that. Because when they told me that, I didn't understand it. Like, how do you scam your fans?
He just posting Cash Apps. Like all the you see with people posting these Cash Apps. I got a Cash App, log in with 5,000 on it. Give me $100. Like that, and then you get 30 people to send you $100. You know what I'm saying? And you just made 3,000 off 30 followers.
But Casher told Say Cheese that scamming followers was lame now, and that he for real wasn't really about that life anymore.
But it's like the scamming your followers is lame now, dog. Like I got people. I just dropped a song, and I said in the song, any fan that I ever scammed, DM me right now and tell me how much I scammed you for, and I'ma send you your. I don't like scamming fans, bro. That's dead. Like.
And Casher made it known that he done made over 100K with the sauce, but that he regrets the trust that some of his core fan base lost in him.
How much do you think you made scamming your fans?
I ain't gonna lie, probably like, no over exaggeration, bro. Probably like 100,000. Cause I done made a band. You gotta think about it, bro. I had 140. I regret it though. I regret it.
But now, let's move on to another FBG member known as Butter. Butter has had many crazy moments during his interviews, and recently, he went off on O-Block members for killing FBG Duck. He let Say Cheese know that O-Block told on themselves after knocking Duck off. And it was pretty disturbing, because during the same interview, fans say that Butter allegedly admitted to killing someone.
These told on themselves, and they did an interview on top of the car. You stupid.
What about the picture that
Take
went?
me to jail. Give me the cups.
Yo, Butter. What about the picture that went viral with Moowop wearing with the duck sneakers?
That's clown. And with the same drinker y'all used. Get a feds they evidence.
That's the same.
Homicide can't solve it, but the feds can, right?
Damn.
We talking real business. I'm a real street.
Not long after speaking on No Block, FYBJ Main tells Butter to sit down and that he's saying too much. Because Butter says, picture him sitting on top of a car that he killed OD on.
Butter Sean. I'm Butter Sean. Now picture me sitting on top of that I just killed OD. I got J Main them in this.
That nigga No, he said, imagine me sitting on top of the car I killed OD, and he killed OD. Cause you know they say it was him and KI on that hit. Oh my God. And that's the hit that really turned up. Like Tuka died. They say OD killed Tuka. And Tuka was like the first one that really, you know what I'm saying? Ugh. Damn.
They killed.
Butter also discussed OD's death in an interview with Vlad TV, where he said,
OD got it right.
Right, well, Odie Perry got killed at one point. They're saying that she was the shooter. That's the rumor.
I mean, it's footage. It's a video.
Of Odie Perry getting killed?
Yeah.
You saw it?
I ain't seen nothing, man. I just heard the stories, bro.
Okay.
I don't be knowing nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time.
Okay, fair enough.
His brother told him to slack at they homies. Oh, look where I just gave back 192 years. I don't speak on. Told him, Dave. I'm home right now because I blamed on my sister Tyler.
He said he just gave back 192 years. God damn, what the fuck you been out there doing, Butter? He said he just gave back 192 years.
Told him. Told.
Rumors say that a female assassin known as KI is responsible for taking OD Perry out. But recently, fans believe that Butter is the one who did it and is blaming his sister KI since she's already dead. Not long after Tuka lost his life at the bus stop on 63rd, the members from 63rd wanted to get revenge for Tuka since the members from O-Block were dissing him. So not long after his death, a member from O-Block known as OD Perry was walking around the neighborhood and decided to go to the store to get some swishers. But not long after leaving the store on his bike, OD ended up getting shot. He fell from his bike onto the ground before getting up and trying to escape, but ended up getting hit 10 more times. A key witness at the scene told police that an African-American male was the one that shot Odie, but many also say it was K.I., since she was seen posting pictures with one of Odie Perry's straps after he died. Popular 63rd member Wooski also made a tweet saying, "Shout out to them twins that made O-Block," and tagged K.I. and FBG Butter in the tweet. That's why recently, fans believe that he is actually the one who took his life. And speaking of confessing bodies, Lil Reese also confessed to having popped someone that's been on the DJU TV podcast before. And many believe he's talking about an FBG member, since Butter was recently on his show with some of his FBG bros right before Lil Reese came on the show.
I said you had a lot of goof on this couch. I've been watching lately.
Goof like who? I thought we had all on the couch.
Man, you know you had a lot of goof on the couch, man. I've been watching lately, folk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna say no names. Ain't that important, man.
Anybody you had any interactions with before?
No, I ain't gonna say nothing. They know what's up. I done seen some pop before.
Look at everybody like, boy, your ass talking too much. Look at Tay-Sad. He like, man.
What? But Butter was pissed and went off on him because a few weeks later, FBG Butter was also on the show. And he made it known that Reese wasn't really about that action and that he had to switch blocks and his whip soon after the incident.
So he just definitely got up here and I almost went fed, right? And it'd be like federal for me to be sitting here clapping back about the situation. I don't, folks, you ain't did nothing else after, you ain't do nothing else in your life after that but get beat on yourself, shot, all type of other goofy shit. How many times you got shot after that? On 2nd grade, cause shot who sat on that couch. Then you get up, then they made you move off Wabash on 2nd grade. What, 2-3 weeks later? Lil Brian made you on Tuga. Him and T Slick, they tweaking. Fuck, get on that taco out there. They know what's going on. I ain't gotta say too much on Tuga, but they know, gang. They had to move, gang. That Grand Pala, they had to switch out to go get a new car. It's over with.
I ain't gonna count. Butter, everybody know Butter's a key factor. He a key point in that Chicago gang war up there. But I ain't gonna cap. At this point, bro, you just need to go ahead, link up with a writer, and you need to write a book, because the stories that you tell be legendary, but sometimes it be hard to know if you lying or telling the truth, because you also gotta worry about people picking up certain cases and trying to lock you up for certain shit. So it's like, it's tough, but a tell-all book from FBG Butter, bro, that shit'll be fucking legendary, bro. Or Lil Reese.
New house, new car was over with. So what? On 1st grade, you ain't did nothing else after that in your life.
Now, let's move on to Kevin Gates, because he's become well known at this point for the controversial statements on interviews. Because back in 2015, he admitted to having slept with his cousin to Ebro on Hot 97.
I mean, because it just seemed like for a while there, it was every other week. It was Kevin Gates having with his cousin. Kevin Gates put up a picture of a
Big brother. I met a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I never knew her. If I grew up like my sister, I grew up taking baths with my baby sister, you know, so it's, that's gross. But I'm talking about, I never knew this beautiful woman.
I get it.
My grandmother didn't even know who she was. Mi abuelita, when they talked and she found out who her family was, that's when my grandmother told me, you know, that's your cousin.
How long after did you find out?
We had already crossed the bridge.
And that wasn't all, because he doubled down on his story in another interview with Big Boy TV in 2023, talking about how them being related didn't change.
This is when being real becomes too much. Like, you too real. Like, nigga, it's certain skeletons that people got in their closet you just don't talk about. You talking about you had intercourse with your cousin on a nationally syndicated radio show with a smile on your face. Tweaking.
His mind.
With Shorty, we good friends right now, but once I found out I ain't stopped, I was still pinning her to the floor. Cause you know that bed, she could kind of move with the bed on that floor. You can't run from it. You got to take everything I'm giving you. You got to be like that Mexican oil-based dope. You got to take everything I put on top of it.
What,
but I love it though. I put them legs over my shoulders And I put my hands on that thigh right there. I punch you.
And after the first wave of social media caught on to the story, there was severe backlash with many people disagreeing and saying that they shouldn't have stopped as soon as his grandma broke the news. But he didn't back down, and he took to Instagram to defend his claims.
You talking about, yeah, y'all look like brother and sister. No, I'm gonna find out she my cousin, you heard me? But I ain't about to stop. Good, we click. I ain't grow up with you knowing you was my people. I don't get tired. Man, y'all gonna stay out my mother.
You putting everybody
so you
in
mean
it.
to tell me if you been somebody for 3 months, you heard me? Everything beautiful, and your grandmother come tell you one day, you know that's your cousin. Y'all done got the hard part out the way. Fuck up a good thing.
No, and that isn't the only time he said something controversial in one of his interviews. Because on another interview, he admitted to DJ Academics that he'd allow another man to smash his girl as long as the whole thing was recorded and he got to see it.
So you wouldn't be mad if another man penetrated a woman you were interested in or dealing with?
No, because that's just me and her have a psychokinetic relationship. Our relationship is deep enough.
Now, let's move on to Youngie Nace, because many believe that he might have been the one guy behind Fulio's death. The feud goes way back, and it was only made worse by the Aces, Who I Smoke, and Fulio's When I See You, in which both traded shots at the other gang's dead ops. 4 suspects have been arrested so far for the death of Fulio, and 3 of them have been identified as having affiliations with ATK, Ace's crew, leading many to believe that Youngie Nace might have been the one behind it. He was on an interview with DJ Academics, in which Academics mentioned that a lot of people believe that he was behind Fulio's death. He didn't give a straight answer, and only laughed before saying that people think he's behind a lot of things.
Some people feel like you were behind that.
Damn, bro.
I'm sure, but people feel like
1 o'clock, but time for lunch. Y'all heard that?
people feel like I'm behind a lot. But I'm not. I'm not behind.
Academics said that most people view rappers as mob bosses that can press a button to get their ops killed. And that's when Ace taps the Don Julio bottle on the table to troll Academics, indicating that he might have actually gotten Julio Fulio killed.
Well, like in the mind of fans, they think like you're like this, you know, like they look at rappers like some shot caller mob bosses that if something happens to the other person that you press the button. But that wasn't a lie.
Ace then went on to tell Academics that he and Fulio's gang were cool and that he wasn't really in the beef for real. But everyone knows this isn't true due to disses and everything.
Nah, hell no, I shouldn't tell for real. So yeah, I don't thinking crazy. People thinking me and him was like really, really into it, but we weren't really into it.
I heard y'all on Clubhouse.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to tell people, like we be conversating.
Yeah, but I'm like, if they hate each other that bad, could they really be on Clubhouse?
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, we brothers. Nah, Rich was like, I fuck with all them boys. That's great.
And speaking of rappers that become famous for crashing out, let's move on to Bloodhound Lil Jeff, because he also hinted at having multiple bodies in his interview. Lil Jeff was known as...
I ain't gonna count. The craziest thing about Lil Jeff that nobody's talking about is I think he signed a deal right before he passed away. Because if you pay attention on his Apple Music, with his last thing, his debut mixtape, Stepping in Blood, it's from Grade A Production. That's Lil Bibby shit. That's who signed Juice WRLD or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So he was finna go up, but he was on what he was on.
One of those rappers who weren't afraid to get in the fields with his ops. One day, he was in an interview with DJ UTV when the host asked if anyone had ever taken anything from him. And that's when he mentioned that he has had someone run off with his watches and jewelry before.
Now listen, I ain't gonna lie. Did run off on me before. I will tell you that. Did what they did.
What, he zeroed you on the move or something?
Yeah, basically.
That happens to the best of us, right? We know I've been finesse.
Yeah. Ran off and it went back.
But that wasn't all, because it turns out the 2 people that robbed him took to IG to brag about their catch. They were 16 and 17-year-old students from a nearby high school, and both repped the gang that were ops to Bloodhound Lil Jeff's. One day, while they were leaving school for lunch, 2 black SUVs pulled up and let off multiple shots. Both victims were hit, and unfortunately, both 16-year-old Robert Boston and 17-year-old Ontario Williams were pronounced dead at the Northwestern Hospital. Many suspected Lil Jeff, and soon after the shooting, Lil Jeff went live to let everyone know that he had just smoked 2 dudes for messing with him.
If I get mad enough, it'll start happening. And y'all know this by now. I went black for like a week, and poof.
where you at? Gotta go. After that one, poof. I came back, poof. Long live though.
And he soon followed up the live with an IG post of 2 bust-down watches with the caption, LOL, they tried to turn me down, but they turned me up. I graduated. And another where he mentioned having 10 hats, alluding to the 10 bodies he's caught, with the last 2 being graduation caps, mocking both guys, seeing as it was close to their graduation. He also dropped the diss record 333, where he rapped, that ran off with them watches. You shoulda knew that time was up. You know that we don't give a. And on his most popular song, with nearly 3 million views, he said, them did what they did and had to pay the consequences. Because of this, many fans at the time believed that Lil
Well, he said bounced out. No, what he said, bro. He said it, and that was like when he hit a pocket, like when he just killed the. He said some cent. Bounced out 4 sticks. 2 niggas got hit, and that they was talking about that, but.
F was really the one behind Boston and Williams' death. Honestly, most rappers would be better off keeping their bodies to themselves and not posting about it online. Because Boss Top is a member of the O Block and another rapper known for snitching on himself during interviews. People on the Chicago subreddit even started clowning him out for it, seeing as he can't seem to keep his mouth shut. One day, an interviewer was asking Boss about his thoughts on the passing of FBG Duck, one of O Block's biggest stops, and Boss gave an answer that had a lot of people speculating. Because he said, all he knows is that if Duck had known what was good for him, he would have never bothered speaking on Troy, one of O Block's dead gang members.
But you got any thoughts on FBG Duck, any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him?
Who, Duck?
Did you know him before, everything?
Like that, I don't know. On game. All I know, don't say Troy
right here,
or
he like, man.
Rest in peace, Duck. On game, he's like, you got anything about FBG Duck? It's you know what I'm saying. You know, don't say Troy. That's it. Get that guy over there. Boy, don't ever, you know me. Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. You know I know that. Stop playing.
FGB Duck unfortunately passed away in August 2020 after gunmen slid on him one day while he was out with his girl shopping in a wealthy neighborhood called the Gold Coast. Once his ops got the drop on him, 6 of them hopped in 2 cars and rushed across town to catch him. When they spotted Duck, they jumped out of the V's and it was on sight. Duck got hit in the chest and neck, and everyone suspected O-Block as soon as it happened. In 2021, C-Thang, C-Murder, Muwop, Los, and Zell Money all got hit with a RICO case over it. And in April 2023, a 6th O-Block affiliate named TZ got booked for the shooting too. According to a witness who had talked to the cops, King Vine, who dropped a $100K bounty on Duck's head since he really wanted to get him done after dissing T-Roy. And that interview with O-Block was just the nail in the coffin, since many thought that Boss Top had given himself away. Now, let's move on to King Lil J, because there was quite a bit of controversy surrounding him back in July 2023, where he was in a YouTube video with Skin Bone shot in jail. And the guy asked Bone to stop asking about other people's cases, since they really didn't want to talk about it. But that's when Bone said that he didn't want to be sitting next to a freak. And that's when King Lil J said, what if you were sitting next to one?
Don't ask nobody about their case no more, man, for real. I want to know, I don't want to be standing next to no.
Yeah, he gonna get it there.
What you gonna do if you were standing by one?
Look at Buddy blinking. He's nervous.
I don't do all this.
Look at him. His eyes big as hell. He like, man, don't answer that shit wrong.
There were many rumors that Lil J was doing sus things when he was in jail. And even King Vine asked the guards to move him into protective custody, since he didn't want to be on the same deck as Lil J. But King Lil J would go on to deny all the rumors, saying that people were only putting them out there to tarnish his name.
Messing with a guy, let's clear the air on that too. That's like the #1 thing people want to talk about.
When I heard that was the most goofiest I ever heard in my life. And I knew it had to come from somebody goofy or something. Don't never play my name like that, man. Say no. When I was out, none of
that. You talk about that cranium.
But I do anything with I all the hoes. I ain't got nothing against people. I the hoes. I love to death.
And at first, not a lot of people believed Vine, since Lil J would always deny the rumors. But it turns out the rumors were true, because a clip leaked of Lil J letting a guy sit in his lap and kissing him. And as the news was already out, he then went on an interview with Cam Capone News to announce that he was Rainbow, and that it really didn't matter because his career was getting the most buzz it ever gotten.
What's your response to that video?
I'm not even gonna lie. I saw that video. I saw it a lot of times. Like, some people say it is me, some people say it ain't me. I've been on live with J-Mane and all the time. It's like, really at this point, I really don't let them. Because really, you know, the fans really don't care for one. I still got all the fan base still there. So like really that I cleared up when I said already. I said it wasn't me. People go still say it.
And his gang members weren't the only ones clowning him out, because even FBG Butter got in on the topic in his interview with Vlad TV.
You saw he came out and said it was him.
Oh, he said it was him.
He did it on King Capone. He's like, man, so what if it is me? I know right now I be on the phone with real. They're like, Lil J, if that was you, oh, we know what you do out here.
Look at his face.
Well, shit, I told on Kyrie and I still took his dope bus down, but he got the training coming out there. Jaja, the training got on my dead sister. I can't make on my father, baby mama with Destiny Regina Anderson, the man. At first I thought it was the CEO coming up out on Jaja. Then I look, I'm on took that's a Nah, on Shondell, the punk got a 30-inch in his head.
How
On
the
two
hell
of the
they
punk
get a wig in jail?
named Dario Lloyd, gang. On Lil Brian, I know the punk because the punk used to go to Weird Phillips with us on Shondell Gregory,
Now, we gotta talk about Ruby Rose, because she managed to stir up a lot of controversy on Twitter after an interview where she confessed to having dated numerous rappers when she was underage, naming Travis Scott as one of them.
Travis Scott.
When I was younger. Oh wait, actually I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this game. I shouldn't do this game.
I just got a few more names.
Should I do this game? Oh wait, let me see. Because I'm gonna take the ones that are not
Okay,
true.
when you were younger.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Okay. Shout out to Travis Scott, one of the monsters out there in music right now.
Definitely.
And shout out to his new baby as
beautiful.
well.
And that wasn't all, because she went on to name 21 Savage later on in the interview.
21 Savage.
When I was younger.
And the confessions had many fans concerned, because seeing as she'd only turned 21 a few days before the interview, dating Travis in 21 when she was younger likely means she was underage. And especially since both artists are now in their 30s, it raised eyebrows for many people.
And I was with them like a long time ago, like.
Yeah, well, you're 21. It couldn't have been that long ago.
No.
I'm just kidding. No,
I mean,
I don't know.
At least I hope so.
But now, let's move on to the Island Boys, because they went mega viral back in 2023 for kissing each other. Later in August, they went on to No Jumper and spoke on the controversy, admitting that kissing each other made them feel good, and that it wasn't as deep as people made it out to be since they were twins.
Making out with them, and it just really sounds unappealing. How did you get over that? Were you disgusted by the idea at first, or how, like I don't even know where to go with this. Like how did you feel about it?
I mean, we're twin brothers. We came out the womb together. We grew up together. It's not really disgusting if it's twins.
Fucking disgusting.
Your friend, you don't really know him like that. We're still heterosexual. Yeah. So we still. We kind of just made out or whatever. We kissed and then we just like looked the other way for a few minutes and couldn't look at each other. But it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a kiss.
But that wasn't the only time a rapper spoke on sus allegations in their interview, because JP also confessed that he slept with a man back in 2019. Some old leaked photos of a man sitting on JP's lap surfaced back in June 2024. So we decided to go on No Jumper to clear the air.
Look, let's talk about the hating. Right? Who, when you started winning, the first thing it was they dug up some old videos. Yeah. Now, hey, I'll be real though. I understand my. Listen.
What do you mean you understand? Hold on. Wait a minute. What do you mean you understand?
Why he over
here?
Let me talk. Why you like? Hey, listen, man. Let's talk about this.
And seeing as there were so many rumors and reports around, he decided to finally come out and set the record straight.
So, about like 4-5 years ago, I had relations with a young man, right?
Huh?
No Diddy. No.
Bro, the Diddy was still
real.
Insane.
Anyways, so it was about like 4-5 years ago, right? So like everybody, everybody knew at least like, oh my, they all knew like, but nobody.
who the f gonna do something to me?
Yeah.
And I was still not
That's
in there.
crazy.
So everybody was like, like the pictures around, but like soon as started going viral, and I gotta name somebody else. A little shorty leaked them.
And JP made sure to let everyone know that he didn't care much for the rumors, especially since his music career was getting a huge buzz off of it.
I don't give a what anybody got to say. So they had the facts wrong. They thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
The other way around. So I had to go and I had to
What
tell
does
them.
he mean
by that?
And he doing the cracking.
What does he
mean? Know that.
Oh
my.
He also made it clear that he wasn't really a rainbow, but that it was more of just a one-off thing.
Oh man. You also said though, I don't like. I just cracked that. What does that mean?
You heard it.
It makes sense. So look, you gotta look. So you gave.
But speaking of flipping out, one rapper completely.
Like, I just cracked that. What does that mean?
You heard it.
It makes sense. So look, you gotta look. So you gave.
What the fuck? That nigga said, nah, Diddy. That shit, bro. That shit was like damn near a year ago. That shit's still fucking shocking. With that being said, man, this shit, keep checking it out. This shit is fucking ridiculous, bro. I'm gone, man.